Listen, you needed that heartbreak. You did. Because if it didn't happen, you'd still be the same person chasing the same mistakes, expecting different results. And of course, nobody really wants to hear this when they're going through it. When you like a girl and it doesn't work out. When you wanted to do something and you don't get accepted. When you thought that this was it and life still slams the door in your face. It feels personal. It feels like an attack. But sometimes you need that heartbreak. It's absolutely necessary, and one thing that I've come to realize over time is that heartbreak isn't just about losing something or someone, it's about losing an illusion in your head, an idea that you made up. You thought that you were ready for that thing, you thought that you were prepared for that thing, but life showed you otherwise. You imagined a future for yourself without you actually being prepared for it, and that's why it hurts so much. Not because you lost them, but because you lost what you thought your life is going to look like. Take a relationship, for example. We're all going to be able to relate for the example that I'm about to give, okay? So you meet a girl, you like her, you start projecting, you start imagining a life with her, a version of yourself that you'd be with her. And of course, when things go south, when things fall apart, they don't go according to plan, you lose that version of yourself with her. And that's the part people don't talk about, the pain that comes with that. But that's also where growth begins. Because heartbreak always forces reflection. It forces you to slow down. We've all just sat there and thought, what am I even doing with my life? And maybe there were things that you couldn't even see. Maybe there were red flags. Maybe you were chasing validation instead of connection. Maybe this just wasn't your person. And of course, you never would have seen any of these things without the loss. The same thing applies outside of relationships, jobs, interviews, trials. You tell yourself, if I just get this, if I get accepted, everything will change. And then what happens? You don't get accepted, you don't get picked, you don't get feedback, you don't get anything. And sometimes that can feel like a failure. But sometimes rejection is protection. I genuinely believe that sometimes God removes things from your life, not to punish you, but to redirect you. Because had you got it at that time, perhaps it would have broken you and maybe even distracted you. I believe that all these trials and tribulations that you may go through are done to prepare you. So all of these mental gymnastics that you think may pose as hard challenges, may pose as difficult trials, it's all done in preparation because you think that you deserve what you want in that time. But it might keep you small, it might set you back even more. I feel like we as people, we always ask for the results without being built for the responsibility that comes with them. And heartbreak helps with that so much. It helps us build that character. It teaches you patience, it teaches you humility, it teaches you discernment. That one was important for me. And it teaches you how to sit in discomfort, how to tolerate it for long periods of time. And that one's important because most people, they avoid pain. They never learn that skill at all. Think about people who jump into relationships straight away without healing, or people who party, drink, smoke, go out all the time, anything at all to avoid sitting with their own thoughts. They avoid the lesson entirely. And when you miss that lesson, when you keep skipping classes, life repeats it. Different face, same pain. And I had to learn that the hard way. There's times, of course, where I felt rejected, overlooked, and not chosen. And instead of asking, why is this happening to me? I asked, what is this trying to teach me? Because pain usually has a purpose, right? And that pain, it humbled me. It forced me to build on something real. When I actually rebuilt something that was real, I didn't need to chase validation anymore. I don't need to force outcomes. I've become more grounded, more self-aware, more intentional. Sometimes, guys, the lesson isn't try harder. Sometimes the lesson is grow first. That heartbreak might have saved you years of distraction. That rejection might redirect you to something better. That closed door might have stopped you from becoming somebody that you weren't supposed to become. So if you are going through it right now, don't rush the process. Sit with it, don't run from it, learn from it, and let it shape you instead of hardening you. Because one day you're going to look back on this and you're going to laugh at this little experience that you had. And you're going to realize that this heartbreak, it wasn't able to break you, instead it refined you. And you wouldn't be the person who you're becoming without it. Of course, if you guys made it to the end of this video, massive thanks and appreciation. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share it to a friend who you think needs to see and hear this message. Of course, it helps get this message out to a lot more people. So I would appreciate that. If you guys want to join a community full of like-minded people on the path of self-development, then I'll leave a link down below in the description, as well as the comment section. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. God bless.